We're rolling now.
Kenobi.
We're rolling now, by the way.
I need you to scream Kenobi.
Also, Sam Witwer screaming Kenobi, peak voice acting performance.
When he was
I
doing it
love
live
Sam
in front of
Witwer.
the audience.
Milktown
still
was
nailed it.
filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Yeah. Let me know when we're rolling.
We are. Right now. Oh, sorry. Here, I got you. Now recording.
Thanks. I got something for that ass.
It better be.
And, oh my gosh.
Oh no.
You were getting very sleepy.
Can I stop you for a minute?
And then there's the Milktown animated intro. Fire, by the way. Fucking.
That's great.
Ooh, so cool. Welcome back to Milktown.
You got to really get into your mic, bro, when you do that.
I can't because it cuts out.
Well,
That
you
might
backed
not
up and
even
it was all
picked
like,
up.
"Hot!" You know, fucking Goku charging Super Saiyan 3.
Welcome back to Milktown.
Oh, there you go. That's great.
Good.
Little ASMR for you.
Yeah, little
Dude, okay.
ASMR.
Speaking of ASMR, have you guys heard of Gunpla?
Gunpla, no.
Gunpla.
No.
Gunpla.
No.
So Gunpla is literally
Gunplay
Gundam
without the Y.
plastic. No, it's Gundam plastic modeling. So it's when people build the models of Gundams, the giant robots.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have been sucked into a vortex of just watching people put together these Gundam models and customize them because the ASMR, it's all like ASMR stuff too. And it's just like the clipping of the plastic and the sanding of the pieces and then clicking them together. And I'll watch 6 hours of it without even realizing.
Speaking of clicking together, we have a person with us. You're
It's
to
true, we
my
do.
this way, so the video will pick it up like
Yeah, and I'm this many.
that.
Yeah, everyone, please welcome to Milktown, our guest today, RJInacave.
Insert
Hello.
like WWE fan cheering here.
Insert
Yeah.
like Undertaker music, please.
Yeah.
Like not the dark one, kind of like the badass one where he rolls up in the motorcycle.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I was trying to remember how it went.
I'm a wrestling junkie, man.
Oh man, I
Oh,
used
that's
to.
wrestling.
I don't know if Sonny told you that, but I fucking love me some WWE.
Oh man, I used to
mean,
watch a lot of it. Yeah.
we both do, really. Like we both
Spicy.
have. I don't know if we've mentioned this to you. Like we're big wrestling heads. Nate more so than I. But in the new WWE game, yes, in the new WWE game, we are community creations that you can download and you can wrestle us.
Say what? No way.
Yeah, I mean
Mario
not like
do it for us.
Yeah, it's not like we're in the game. It's just like
But we might
Nate's
as
friend,
well
our
be.
friend.
Yeah.
He made versions of us in the game, and you can download us and fight us. And I've been I want people to do it and send us clips of them just whipping our ass.
No way.
we gotta hop on
Wait.
the
You gotta tell me
PS4.
this.
We gotta hop on the PS4 and play at some point.
It's true.
For content. Also, because we know Sonny's not whipping my ass Money in the Bank. He just thinks he is.
I'm not good at the game.
Neither am I. I'm fucking off. If it's not Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, you can hang it up. Or Knockout City. I'm pretty fucking bomb at Knockout City. Anyway.
Is it the dodgeball game?
Yeah!
Ooh.
And
I was good at that game, and then a lot more people started playing it.
Yeah,
But I was really bad.
It became free to play. So tell us what you play.
Ooh, actually recently I was playing Pokemon Nuzlocke. That's a very interesting it's an interesting type of gameplay where you play you catch Pokemon, like the first Pokemon you see, and you can only catch that Pokemon, but if your Pokemon die in battle, you can't use them anymore.
I
Yeah.
recognize that format because he who shall not be mentioned on the podcast, the guy we were talking about earlier, used to do that. And I used to be his one viewer, so I wonder how it is now. The CM
So
Punk
speaking
kiss for you. Walk off with the title belt.
speaking of Nuzlocke, I was in your stream for one, and he
Right.
was like, "All right, we're gonna pick the starter," and it was the Sword and Shield Nuzlocke, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
and he
named him
was like,
Bingus.
"Yeah, I was about to say." He was like, "Whoever picks the starter gets to name it." And I go, "Grookey," and he goes, "What's the name?" I go, "Bingus."
Grookey's my favorite starter for that gen.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. No, he's the coolest one for
Stephanie
sure.
she fucking loves Pokemon, so she's been playing the shit out of Sword. I think I bought her.
So it's like there's this recurring theme
Oh no.
where the fire starters are always like technically the coolest like of the designs, and I think the only time there's an exception to that rule is Generation 3 where the fire starter is Torchic.
I thought you were gonna say Gen 2, and I'm like,
Ooh.
this my boy Cyndaquil like that again, bro. But
Are you saying
also,
you don't like Blaziken?
No, don't get me wrong.
Blaziken's
I like
great,
the
but
design,
the starter.
Not
but
the
I think
coolest
out of the
one.
3 starters, I think Torchic is the least cool.
Okay, I have that
Ooh.
off opinion about Gen 1 where Bulbasaur is my go-to, and everyone's like, you killed my cat! And I'm like, he's a grass dinosaur. He's adorable. You got me fucked up.
Dude,
And
I'm a
Venusaur
Squirtle
will
guy,
hit you with that
Gen
fucking
1.
solar beam, bro. You got me ooh, my boy. He's the only Pokemon where solar beam makes sense, because he absorbs it through his flower, and he just fucking...
Right, yeah.
Everyone
What about
else is
Soul
like...
Rock?
Solrock has some fucking moves, let me tell you.
Mhm.
Also,
that
Gen
guy.
3. Why am I stuck on Gen 3?
Because you're a little baby, younger than me, of
Hoenn
course.
for life. Hoenn for life. Gen 3. Love that game. I loved Ruby. That's a fact.
I want to make it known that this is the first podcast where both my nostrils are cleared.
Ooh.
So,
Write that down.
write it down. So the problem was everybody, I guess I'm telling everybody, for like months since we started this thing, up in this nostril, there's been something back there and I couldn't get it. I'm laying in bed like this the other day, all triple chinned. I do this and I'm trying to, and I blow and I'm like, this isn't gonna work. I fucking blow gallons and gallons of garbage all over myself. But
So
I could
you're
breathe.
telling me that you had a clogged nostril and it took you 3 months to go, maybe I should blow my fucking
I
nose.
fucking tried before. That wasn't the first time I tried. It was just the first time it worked.
Oh, okay.
No, it wasn't my first try. I said this is the first time it worked. Dude, I've been blowing my nose for
Okay.
months. Kleenex
It was the
ripping
angle.
a killing off
It was
of me.
It was the chins. It was the chins pushing up, like getting that angle and
Nate,
then
use solar beam.
You know, that actually might have had something to do with it. It might have like put pressure on the sinus to
Yeah. Dude, it
release.
felt
yeah.
that was like the ultimate release. Like sex there. Getting that shit out of my nostril up here, bud.
Oh, no. Okay, I got one for you. And if anyone grew up playing sports, specifically baseball, they'll know what I'm talking about. I think the best feeling in the world is taking off your baseball game socks, the long socks.
Oh my god! And then scratching like the mark.
With the whole cat,
yeah.
Oh my god! That's the best feeling in the world.
Such satisfaction. For me, it was MMA. Like after a really good grappling session, to go to the locker room and fucking. So we were in high school, so we had to wear shirts, like black t-shirts. So to peel that off of you after 100,000 people have been grappling with you and touching you is like,
Get your staphylococcus off of me.
I remember the worst sweep that's ever been done on me in MMA was this guy. He was like a year above me. So it was like a sweep where he pulled me down and he just put his knee up because he learned it in his out of school Muay Thai. He put his knee, so he fucking knocked the air out of me. I was so pissed.
Oh.
Like that's not the exercise, bros. And I get it. You want to show off, but like, I was the second biggest guy there besides him. So I get it, but like, what the fuck, man? Like, by the way, fucking come at me. Josh, yeah, I'm fucking talking to you, asshole.
Wow.
No, besides that, he's a really good guy and he's really funny, but I'll never forget that he knocked the air out of me.
Took your breath away.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Like you, RJ. let me into your
Spe-
cave.
Speaking
Return
of
to
taking
Young
breath
Boys.
away, your boys got tickets to see Thor: Love and Thunder tomorrow.
Oh, yo, I'm seeing that tomorrow. I'm seeing that tomorrow.
We're
Man,
gonna have to talk about it. I'm so excited.
I'm gonna have to catch it ASAP. Rocky.
Oh my
I'm
god.
referencing musicians I don't even know very much about, by the way. I'm a Broadway guy, so like
I
a
fuck
lot
with
of that is
ASAP
like
Mob. I don't know if I've actively talked about this.
about what?
I'm a bit of like a rap historian in a way.
Oh,
I love rap
Ooh.
music. I love rap music. Like not just the stuff today or like in my time period. Like I'll go all the way back to like Africa Bambaataa. I love rap. Um it's one of the few things that I think like the Smosh series Stan versus Normies, Stan versus the internet. That's one of the few things I think that I would do like really well on.
I was watching Smosh. Speaking of Smosh, where they did like the restaurants to real life, and it was like a Chipotle, and like he was like, I don't want any rice, so they moved it over to the topping section. And then he's like, I changed my mind, I want rice. And the employees like fucking freaked out. They're like, it's already in the topping section. You can't go back to the bases. Anyway, it's just Smosh is
The whole
whatever.
system, man.
So you
Can't
play
believe this is-
so you play Pokemon.
Right.
Yes.
What else you play? Or is it just your Pokemon?
Ooh. You know, it's kind of weird. Like, usually with Twitch streamers, they kind of like stick to like, oh, like if I play Pokemon, then I probably play Mario. It's weird. I play Pokemon, and then actually, you know, I did a 12-hour stream the other week, and
How
I
do you
played
guys
Pokemon
do
the first half.
those?
It was
I
for his
had
birthday.
to. Well, not for my birthday. It was like, well, kind of like the goal was at the end of my birthday, and like I reached it, and so I was like, all right, 12-hour stream. But yeah, the first half was Pokemon Nuzlocke, and then the other half was Escape from Tarkov. It's like this first-person shooter, very hardcore. Like, you know, you have to drink water, you have to eat,
Yeah.
you have to like
Survivalist game.
heavy bleed, light bleed, all that stuff. It's like it's just like, yeah, that's Escape from Tarkov. It's a really cool game, but it's very
Hey
very
guys.
sweaty and serious.
Hey guys.
So what's up, Nate?
I'm not recording. I just found out. I'm just fucking with you. I just wanted to see your faces. Sonny's about to kill me.
Regardless, I was
Sonny,
having
you
a
look so
great
crushed.
conversation. It was a great Oh man.
No, we're still rolling. Are you okay?
Fucking disrespect.
I thought it was serious. I thought it was like, you're fucking disrespect. I'm like, dude, don't throw a burger at me. Jesus Christ.
Hey, you're the
Actually,
one going
kinda-
back to theater school to act. Take notes.
acting a fool. That's what I'm doing.
I
I mean,
was gonna
30
say-
degrees feel like 40 now for me. Like I'm sweating even more. I was like, we gotta do it again.
That's what I really like the beanie for. It's actually just a sweat rag.
Oh, I should wear a
So-
sweatband.
So speaking of 30 degrees, RJ, you're in Canada and you play Escape
Right.
from Tarkov. Do you
Right.
know any other streamers in Canada?
I know tons.
Nope.
Go on.
Okay.
I know a
There-
lot of
there's-
Canada streamers.
There's one guy, he's Irish and he lives in Canada and he plays Tarkov a lot. His name is Mindless Mark. He's I've been in his stream a few times and I'll be honest with you, I still have no clue what that game is about.
So can you tell us if he's really mindless?
See, that's hard to tell. I don't know.
Mm.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure he's just a nice Irish lad.
So diss track one then. I mean,
No, I like the dude because I mean he's like really responsive to his chat, so that's cool. That it's nice to see streamers that are responsive to chat. Part of the reason why I like watching RJ because I go in and it's like, just like hanging out with the bud.
Listen, secretly I'm like lonely, and this is my excuse to
well,
socialize.
my
I'm
excuse
just kidding.
is my excuse is download Knockout City, bro, and come hang out. We can play.
Oh,
I'd be down to clown.
you know,
I'm
if you're
trading
down to
newbies,
carry
so
me, if you're down
No,
to
dude, I
carry
got
me,
you.
absolutely.
I'm a good
If
trainer.
you're okay with like you know, just like having your back hurting after 4 hours of playing of carrying me, then yeah.
Joke's
I'm
on
cool
you.
with
My
that.
back hurts anyway, so.
Oh, okay. So speaking of just full domination in video games,
I'm glad you added in video games because
Yeah, just speaking of full
Oh,
domination,
that's a
sex,
after
right?
midnight podcast.
No, I mean you do have. It looks like a black light almost. If it were just slightly darker,
Oh,
if it were purple, but
listen, if that were to change to a black light, I'm pretty sure it'd just be like white. Like it
oh
just
no. Oh man, RJ in
just
a
a mix
cave
of everything.
exposed.
Just a mix of
well,
everything,
Tommy gets a canceling. It's what I do best. I think that
But
cancel
no,
counter's at a whole
okay.
-1 right now.
Speaking of video game domination, I recently have been in a mood to play a very specific game that at this point is old. No one plays it except for my girlfriend and I, and that game is Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist.
Ah,
Um, I'm I wouldn't say I'm a master duelist by any sense of the word.
but you're a
Um,
master
I
builder.
am very good at crafting really annoying like meta decks.
You're the worst. I don't want
Um,
to play with you anymore.
I really love just pissing people off. I don't care about winning. I just want to make it as hard for you to get to your end game as possible.
Fucking
That's
blue
my favorite
players in
part of the game.
Magic.
Oh,
Fucking denying
See, but
everything.
in Magic, I play a green white, so
I
it's like the
play. That's
opposite.
just as annoying to me. Green white's up there with like those fly. It's like flying a rhino up in the air and fucking dropping it on people, and they can't do anything about it because fuck them.
Yeah, exactly.
I play
With
green
trample,
black.
a
Yeah,
6/6 trample rhino.
yeah. That's why I play green black though when the guilds was coming back out, because people would. It was like undergrowth, I think they called it. Every time you
Okay.
killed a creature, you could bring it back more powerful than before.
Okay.
And I'm like,
oh,
and
yikes!
so like people are like, oh yeah, I'm like all the red decks are like, I'm getting advantage, and I'm like, so my board's like all 10/10s now, and
Well, I mean, I
enjoy
guess that makes sense for Reds because I mean, like, I know Reds run a lot of goblins too, or just like little tokens. So,
Yeah.
but off of Magic, I'm trying to segue into a Yu-Gi-Oh thing here. So I have this I started doing this years ago, back when I was like 21. I make my phone background a shirtless picture of me when I want to lose weight. So every time I look at my phone, I'm
Huh.
disgusted by the way that I look, and it makes me want to go to the gym.
That's a good way to.
My
Yeah,
guy.
that's a good way.
Does it work?
It-
Is everything okay? You're making...
I'll be honest with you. Since I like worked on my mental health and got my self-esteem up, no, it doesn't work. So I changed my phone
Spicy.
background
Yeah.
the other day. But I changed it to something else, something with a little more meaning, a little more memeing as well. I changed my phone background to the first run or first edition Pot of Greed card. Just kind of to remind myself to be humble. Like I don't need to go draw on 2 cards from my deck, or to reference the meme, to draw 3 additional cards from my deck. So I changed it to Jar of Greed like 2 days ago, and Nate messaged me today, and he goes, "Dude, the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh just died."
He did.
Yeah,
And I was like,
shoot.
That's super upsetting. I love
heard.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
I'm sorry, bro. I heard it was like a
Yeah.
scuba diving gone wrong, like he drowned.
Oh no!
That's what I heard.
Wait, did he
I can't-
drown or did he come up too fast?
No, he drowned. Like that's what I heard though.
Damn.
Because that's a thing with scuba diving too. If you come up too fast, you get bubbles in your arteries and then you die.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I almost said, but that's the thing you get from bats. Hold on. I was listening to too much 1,000 Ways to Die. Now I can't remember.
We're gonna have to bleep the word.
Are we? Oh,
Yeah.
why?
Because of the panda. That's the official name of it. It's a variant of that.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh.
All right, fine.
Damn. So many
Algorithm.
things.
Now I want to say Suds, but that's like SpongeBob when he gets a cold, so that's not it.
It is something like that. It's literally
Yeah.
like bubbles.
It's some acronym, and we can correct it later. It's fine. I almost said HVAC, but that's also something way different. That's like heating units and air conditioning units. Oh yeah, you could fact check live now.
I can. So, what they're saying it's called an embolism, but the word that they
There's
have a
another
nickname
word.
for it
Yeah.
in scuba diving,
Yes.
and it is they call it the bends. That doesn't
The
seem
beds.
right.
Yep. Nope. That's it. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember because I'm like, this has nothing to do with water. I can't even bend on land. My knees don't bend, and I'm not even 30 yet. Anyway.
Yeah. Oh, but one other thing I wanted to bring up too. This is not even related to the Yu-Gi-Oh thing. I am very sad about it. I love Yu-Gi-Oh. Also, if you join our Discord server and you want to play me in Yu-Gi-Oh, let me know. I'm down to clown. I have Master Duel and I have Legacy of the Duelist. Whatever you want the smoke on, I'll bring it.
Did you always say down to clown, or is that something? Because I've been saying that.
No,
forever.
I've said down to clown for a long time.
Me too. Okay, I didn't know if it was something we picked up from each other, but I've been doing it for years. So.
And then, so what I wanted to say is RJ, he's a part of our Streams Come True server, but he has been in and out of streams since Milktown episode 4 because he was in the horror movie tier list chat.
Yo.
And I remembered that today. I was like, oh yeah, RJ has been around that long. I was like, I've been in and out of his streams. He's been in and out of other people's streams too. And I was like, oh yeah, he was there for what arguably was my favorite thing that I've done on Twitch that no one else seemed to think so.
The tier listing?
Hey,
oh, just the horror movie tier list.
Yeah, even the pod.
No, that was great.
The pod episode.
That was
even,
great.
People were like, ugh. Like they didn't say anything,
Yeah.
but it was like,
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Like,
I noticed with horror movies, it's like you either find people who really love horror movies or don't care at all, you know?
yeah.
Because now horror movies nowadays, they're kind of like the what's the recent one where people are dying off of like Skype or something. Like that's what people think of horror movies now.
That's all crap.
And like remakes of Halloween, you know? Like
there's some good stuff
like
in there, man.
Yeah. There's some good horror movies, yeah, but before, like, horror movies are like great. Like,
yeah,
even kids were getting on it with like Goosebumps and stuff.
I saw an announcement that they're making fire theme. By the way.
Yeah, great.
There was an announcement that they're making another Halloween movie, and they're advertising it as the end of the Halloween series.
It was always going to be that way, though.
Okay.
Because this is the continuation from what happened in the original Halloween. And then they brought back the chick from that movie, who's older now, obviously.
Jamie Lee Curtis is Laurie Strode.
Yes, and they, spoilers, I guess, but the movie's out. They murdered her in the last one, so.
Oh, nice.
So they're gonna wrap it up. Whatever they're playing, they're wrapping it up.
Oh, but and then
anything's
also,
better than the Rob Zombie. That was like.
See, and that's where I knew it was gonna go there too.
That was gross.
So. Whenever we did that episode, I didn't disagree with you then. I like Rob Zombie. Even though I don't like gory stuff, I like his movies. And have you seen that he's making a PG Monsters movie?
He's making a PG movie.
A PG Monsters movie.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm serious.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, I saw it the other day and I was stoked. And I still am. But I saw something else today where they're doing it in color, and the advertisement initially was in black and white, and it just looked better. And now that I've seen it in color, I'm like, I really don't even want to watch the movie.
Speaking of in black and white, how do you guys feel about the Twilight Zone?
Love Twilight Zone.
Great.
So good. So good.
Great.
I heard when they were filming the movie thing, I think that was in color, somebody got actually decapitated, like on set.
I did hear a story about that,
Yeah. But anyway. I love
Talk
it.
amongst yourselves while I Google that.
Rod Sterling's the guy's name, right? Who did like the narration?
Sterling.
Sterling. Why do I always say Sterling? Like
because that's an actual word and Sterling isn't.
Why does that one always come out? Okay, anyway. Without him, I don't want to see any more episodes, you know what I mean? Like he was the guy. I don't know.
Whoa. The new one is Jordan Peele.
Is it? I haven't seen any of the new stuff.
Wait, Jordan Peele's
I didn't know it was
narrating?
Jordan. I didn't know that.
He's the guy.
Never mind. Wait a minute. Back on board.
It's good.
Yeah.
Whoa, okay.
I'm not gonna say nope to that one. Didn't. Nope is coming out.
Oh,
yeah, that comes out in like 2 weeks.
One.
Yeah.
22nd.
That's insane. That's crazy. I remember Nope was announced last year, and people were thinking, "Wow, this is going to take a long time to release," and then now it's around the corner.
Good.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, the last movie he did was Us, and that was
a while ago.
I mean, I was living in Colombia then, so I mean, that was
I
3
thought it
years
was
ago.
2018, I thought.
Was it 2018? No, it was 2019, I think. No, hold on. No, yeah, it was 2019.
I think it was 2019. Yeah.
What am I thinking?
That was when everyone said that everything was getting better, and then yeah.
It had to have been like I'm gonna fact check it, but if I'm remembering this correctly, it was like April of 2019 because it was right before or late March of 2019 because it was right before I quit one job and moved to another job. And I'm gonna fact check that now. Also,
Huh.
there was a
Hmm.
Twilight Zone accident where
Okay.
it was a plane crash and it killed
Ah,
one.
Okay, I'm a little
Two,
confused. Is the
three
Twilight
people.
Zone? Are you guys talking about the one like way back then, or is there like an actual like Twilight Zone happening now? Like,
It's
is there,
happening
like-
now.
So I guess there's one happening now. I was referring to the one way back.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
I was gonna
I
say,
was
yeah,
talking
okay.
like The Dummy and fucking what's the other one that I like a lot? The one where the aliens are watching the people in the neighborhood from afar, and like they go
Yes.
nuts
Oh.
on each other, and I'm like, the only
That's
thing
the
that's
first episode. I
the
think.
only thing that's
That's a
scary about
good
that
episode.
is like just human beings being human beings. There was
No.
nothing crazy in that.
Yeah. No, the first episode was the one where the guy had amnesia in like the Milktown. That was the first episode.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, I never heard of that one yet.
one
really
episode
good.
that messed me up was All the Time in the World. That's the one where the guy like is obsessed with reading and he works at the bank, but his wife doesn't let him read at home, and like the bank doesn't let him read on his break. So he goes into the vault to read, like to hide, and then a nuclear explosion happens. So he comes out and now he has all the time in the world to read, and it ends up he like leans over and his glasses break. So now he finally has all the time, but
Oh,
he can't read.
tragic ending.
And I was like, that crushed. I think I saw it when I was like 11. I was like, 11-year-old me was
Oh.
like, that's not okay. Like, nothing's okay about that. But anyway.
So real quick, Us did come out March 22nd of 2019. So
Okay.
boom.
Oh, there you go.
Ah,
But
I've been
the
defeated.
tragic ending thing, I love tragic endings. My cousin is the same way. And he's an author. He writes a lot of tragic endings too. But the first story I remember that had something like that, it was an O. Henry story. And the title of it is escaping me right now, but it's basically like this guy and his wife, they're really poor and they're trying to get Christmas gifts for each other. And the husband's like, I'm gonna get her like golden combs for her hair.
Oh.
And so he
think I
sells
remember
something
this.
to afford that, and he gets her the combs, and then she cuts her hair and sells her
I
hair to get
remember
him
that
something
story.
for what
Yeah.
he sold.
Yeah. You know what almost had a tragic ending, but they changed it?
Sonic 2.
No. Get Out.
Oh, yeah,
original
we-
screening
and
of
yeah,
we
we
talked
talked
about it a
about
little
that.
bit, but like that still gets me. Like the audience hated the original ending so much because they were just gonna have him get pulled over, like by like actual
Oh.
cops, and that was gonna be how the movie ended after all that. But then it was like
The-
they didn't like it, so they changed it to TS motherfucking 8, which is the way better ending. Also, may I say?
That story's called The Gift of the Magi.
Yeah,
That's what it's
yeah.
called.
Hmm.
But yeah, so sorry to kind of devolve onto like horror stuff there. It's just I remembered that's where you came in, and
Yeah.
people who listen to the show know that Nate and I kind of, and I've said this before, we experience conversation tangentially. Like nothing ever goes in a straight line.
Well, I hope not.
Ooh.
Damn it, dude.
Oh, we gotta stop the recording. There's gonna be like
Yeah,
a weird
hold
cut
on.
here.
It's
and
like
we're suddenly gonna be all flirtatious.
Stop,
Now,
stop throwing editing in for me, damn it. Kith.
And then there's gonna be another edit. Right?
All right, and now right here, I want my head to pop off my body, spin in a 360, and then full Linda Blair pea soup vomit onto the screen.
Who you hiring for that one, bud?
I could hire the guy that did our animation.
That's true.
My man from Scotland. He did our Milktown animation.
He has such a cool
I
name,
don't know if he
too.
wants me to say
I won't.
either
but
of his
hey-
names.
But his name was
So-
really cool. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Yes, it's very, very
What's his
good.
name?
We can censor it. We'll just put a beep over it.
Yeah.
So I messaged him on Reddit. And his Reddit handle is it's pretty awesome. And I told him that too. So
Where's my
yeah.
pencil?
super cool dude. Yeah, mark
Great.
the timestamp.
Fucked up.
But yeah, he worked with us worked with me. Nate didn't know that, or he knew I was doing it, but he didn't know what it was until the end of it. So
Yeah.
Yeah, super cool guy. Really appreciative of what he did for us.
Yeah,
And if I understand correctly, he may be working on some more stuff for us as well, which is cool.
it
Ooh.
gave me such like Nickelodeon vibes. The way he did everything, like just like the splat, I guess, really got me like
Oh yeah, it's dope. And when I showed I showed RJ earlier,
spicy.
and he was like, "It reminds me of like the '90s cartoons." I'm like,
Yeah,
That's
Cartoon
kind of what
Yeah,
Network.
we're
Yeah,
going for."
exactly.
yeah, I like it.
Yeah, because
And like I
we're
had a
all
little bit of
about.
Namek in the background and
That's what I said.
a little bit of
I saw it the first time, and I'm
Power
like,
Rangers.
"Are we on Namek?" And he goes, "Yeah, dude, we're on Namek." And I'm like, "Oh shit!"
So yeah, that's something I'm stoked about. I might actually I might do like a little hint before the episode drops on TikTok or something. I don't know, because we've even said this. We have a Milktown TikTok. We haven't posted anything to it.
Oh,
We have a Milktown Twitter that no one follows because I don't talk about it at all. But it's all in the. Actually, the TikTok's not in there, but it's all in the link tree, and I'll get the TikTok in there at some point. But yeah, it's exhausting keeping track of all this shit.
TikTok,
yeah, no, I
I
don't
don't know
blame
how to
you.
use the app. I don't know how to. I'm like not good at it. I tried. I don't
Mm,
get it.
TikTok's easy. It's very easy, but it's very daunting because like once you get into TikTok, you're in it. I don't know. For me, I was addicted. Like my girlfriend would always make fun of me, like, "Oh, you say you always used to make fun of TikTok." And then I picked it up one time just because my friend was like, "Oh, I'm on TikTok." I'm like, "Okay, I'll check it out." And yeah, now I check it out like every day. And like now I'm even thinking about posting like Twitch stream highlights on there,
That's
just
all that's
because
on
like
mine.
it's a great platform, you know. Like
Yeah.
you can
it's
get
a good way to get
millions of
noticed. Yeah.
likes out of nowhere sometimes. Yeah.
Dude, my okay, so my friend who doesn't stream, he I guess on TikTok there's this thing where you record your TV as you're playing a game and people tune in like you're streaming and they watch. My guy
What?
has done 2 streams and like averaged 365 people watching. I go, "Dude, if you had those numbers on Twitch, you would be a fucking partner." Like,
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
uh,
Oh, so what the?
when
Oh
WrestleMania,
my
this
god.
past year's WrestleMania came on, and I was on Twitch at the time. I was scrolling, and there were people who were just streaming it right from their TV,
mhm,
which is super illegal, by the way.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
very much
Yeah.
so.
And obviously, I didn't know how to feel at first because I was like, man, on one hand, I could like mass report this so that because I work hard on Twitch and I'm entitled, but also I didn't want to be the Karen of Twitch. While I was making that choice, the stream just went down. It was like, this stream's no longer available. I'm like, Vince McMahon's already on the job. I should just fucking go fuck myself. Okay. I don't know why people feel the need to do that though. It's like,
A good way to like I mean, it would be like it's like a drug dealer like, "Hey, first one's free, come back." That
Yeah,
like
it's kind of weird. It's like there are some people who think they're Robin Hood when they do that, and there are some people who are like,
mm,
"Screw it, man! I'm gonna just do it
look,
anyways," you know,
you're either
just
Robin
because.
Hood or you're Robin the
Mhm.
Hood. You can't do both.
Mm.
I came up with
No,
that
you're
one.
Robin and Vince
That
McMahon.
one came out the noggin. I want my credit for that
That was good. That was good.
one. I'll write that timestamp just for my ego. That has nothing to do with.
but dude, yeah, speaking of sports entertainment, like we're recording a little later than we initially had planned. Nobody's fault. It's just the way it played out. But the NHL draft was today, and I'm not going to talk about what happened, so that way no one can legally come after us. But I was watching that when RJ joined the call, and it was right as my favorite team was making their pick.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, "Hey man, like I'm not trying to be rude, but like I'm really trying to see who we're picking right now."
No, I felt that. I felt that. I was like, yeah, no, I totally understand. I love my basketball team. Like I'm the Raptors fan, and I was like, oh snap, how dare I walk in here on this big moment?
Oh no.
I felt that. I was like, oh no, sorry, at the wrong time.
See, I've never paid attention to us drafting, but I had a lingering suspicion that we were gonna move the pick and we didn't. And that's why I was trying to pay attention, because I wanted to see if something exciting would happen, but nothing exciting.
Can I talk about my personal sports endeavors?
Mm.
You may.
So, you know that this past weekend we went up to Oregon for a wedding. It was beautiful.
Yes.
It was great. Had a lot of fun. So one of those days we went golfing. We were down in Bend, Oregon. And I was like, this is gonna blow. It was me, Stephanie's dad, and her cousin. It was just us three guys. Everybody else is the ladies. They went to go get pedicures or whatever the fuck. I wanted to go
Mhm.
with them. My toes can use some doing up. Anyway, fucking. So we get up to the tee box, man, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna fuck this up. I haven't golfed in 10 years. I sent that shit flying, bro. I was so proud. I was ecstatic. I fucking hit it, and it was great. And I had a good time.
Great job.
I was making them. Also, my short game's really good. So
Hell yeah, man.
now that
That's
I'm
what's
back
up.
in, now that I'm back in town, the driving range is like 2 minutes from my job. So after work, I'm just gonna keep pulling into the driving range and just fucking working at it until.
I used to do that after work. I worked in a call center for a little bit, and it was right next to a
Bummer.
man, I don't even know what they're called anymore, but it was like a outdoor fun complex. It had like mini putt and go-karts and stuff
Oh.
like that, but they had a driving range and like a par 3 golf course.
Gotcha.
Coincidentally, right next to one of my favorite disc golf courses that I've ever played. But yeah, I used to do that after work. I would go, and it was like fucking $7 to hit the driving range for an hour, and then I'd just be
Whoa.
waiting for my brother to get off from a different building nearby, and then give him a ride home after I hit the driving range. So, been there. It's fun. I love it.
So good.
Speaking of that disc golf course, though, we talked about this the last episode. I'm not going to go back into my disc golf rant, but my brother did finally agree to play that second tournament with me.
Yo, let us
So,
know. Let us know.
Yeah. I fully hope to come back on. So the episode after that tournament will be. Oh my God, is that next weekend?
Oh, yo.
Because I think it's
Mm.
I think it's next weekend. So the episode that drops on the 25th will be when you hear the news about it.
Mm.
So yeah,
Well,
I'm
RJ and I are gonna enter a tournament as well for Knockout City and fucking clown on these haters. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm such a
God.
casual. I don't know why I'm talking shit. Like someone's gonna be like, I beat
I
his
was gonna
ass.
say I'm not as good as you think I am.
I just changed my
you know?
name on PlayStation officially to match my Twitch. Finally.
nice.
So now, if you're kicking the shit out of nostalgia_innate, it's me you're kicking the shit out of. So you can just tell me in the comments how bad
I used my free name change already,
Oh, yeah.
so my PSN handle is not the same as my Twitch handle.
I use my
But
one
I
free one to
did-
change.
I had to. I'm planning on getting an Xbox, and I made a Xbox Live gamer tag. Let
Mhm.
me see if it tells me what it is, or if it's gonna make me log in again. I hope not.
Do you guys have PlayStation 5s?
No, I'm not that cool.
No?
Do you?
No, I feel like no one I know has a PlayStation 5. Well,
feel
except one
like-
of my friends, but nobody has one.
Impossible to get.
Dude, everyone I know has one. My fucking boss has one for some reason. I'm like, how are you getting on this fucking list? Okay, like every time I get on the list, they fucking shoot me the email. They go, okay, they're up,
Yeah.
and I go in there, and they're like, oh, you're too late, and I'm like, how? It's fine, whatever, you know.
It's shocking to me that like Sony is still like trying to is still having a hard time with stock after like so many years. And like I'm a big PlayStation fan. Like I
too.
want to play God of War. I want to play Spider-Man.
Exactly.
I want to play like all the new games.
Got my
And
start with
I
Crash
don't
and
know-
Spyro, bro. I feel it.
Yeah, I don't know if I can anymore because I have a PS4, but it's not the same.
And
Yeah,
then the
it's-
audacity of them to be like, hey, buy a new PS5 controller. You know you need one. I'm like, no one can get your console. Stop advertising your controllers at me.
Well, it's not even just that, man. They announced that they're officially planning the obsolescence of the PS4, and they've announced that they're already working on the PlayStation 6.
I need them to
If-
relax. I need them to relax. I don't
What?
know.
But the thing is, you can't. The fact that it's still like that hard to get a 5, and like I could walk into a gas station and buy an Xbox. Like they're
Yeah.
everywhere.
Right,
Facts, yeah.
right, exactly.
That makes them.
So-
If I didn't have a PC, I would go buy Xbox. But I have a PC with Game Pass and all that good stuff, so I'm good.
And at
But,
this
like,
point, there's not a point to stay PlayStation. You know what I mean? Because it's like
Mhm.
you can't get a 5. They're still co-releasing games on the same or on both gens. So
Yeah.
like
most
you
of their
can
best
play.
exclusives are now multi-platform anyway. At least
Yeah.
the stuff that I like for the most
The
part.
exception being God of War
Yeah,
and
Great game.
Horizon.
Release the
Horizon's
release
exclusive. I
date.
didn't know that.
God of War Ragnarok has a release date now.
I saw
Cool,
that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Saw that. I didn't see the gameplay trailer, but I was excited about it. So
So I have a question. Do you guys like the old games, the old series better, or the new reboot better, or soft reboot?
God of
Ooh.
War,
Yeah.
there's not much difference. The only difference is the graphics. It's still a puzzle platforming game.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. That's mechanically. I mean, how do you feel about
Kind
how do you feel about
of.
Daddy Kratos? You know, like he doesn't have the
I-
fire he had when he was like a pissed
Yes,
off.
he does.
So, yeah, but
He still has. If you play the new God of War, he has a Spartan rage meter that pops up from time to time.
well, no, that's great. But I mean, just he's a dad. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah,
mean,
he
like,
yeah.
feels
his
this feels
characterization
more of
is
a
what I mean.
mature.
That's what I
Yeah,
mean.
he
Like,
feels
how do
more
you feel-
mature. Like it's not as
Yeah.
campy as the trilogy. Well, I only
Yeah.
follow the trilogy. Like as opposed to like the new God of War, it feels more of like a Last of Us storyline. It's more mature. There's
Okay.
like a plot. As opposed to God of War, it's like the original God of
Shred
War is like, I want to
everyone.
kill
Exactly. That's what I mean.
Zeus.
And that's so I think
That was
the
good.
thing about it is whenever those first games came out, like God of War 1 through 3 and Ascension, like that's like 2000 up to like 08, I think.
Yeah.
So like those games were good, but that's also like just like everything else in the last 20 years, technology has it advanced really quickly, and those games very quickly became like not good games anymore. Like if you go back and try to play the original God of War games, it's a lot of button mashing and quick time events.
It's also
Like,
frustrating. The first game is really
Mhm.
clunky and frustrating in some places, I'll say. Like,
so the fact that they took a step back and they were like, how do we update this for now?
right.
I think they did exactly what they wanted to do. They made a great story. It's super cool. And the
That's all right.
graphics are awesome. The fact that
Mhm.
they like at first when I heard it, I was like, oh yeah, fucking he just goes to Norway, whatever. It's way cooler than that. Like
okay.
the thing that I wanted to say about the God of War series is like they took in the initial series, his sole purpose was he was fueled by hatred and anger,
hmm
and he was just like kill, 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 kill.
Uh-huh.
The new one, it's kind of like, have you guys heard that saying? Like, it's better to be a warrior in the garden than to be a gardener at war.
Yeah. I've heard that.
Yeah.
before, yeah.
Mhm.
It's kind of like that premise. Like he's calmed down. He's raising a child,
Mhm.
but he's also like tandemly dealing with the loss of like realistically the person he loved the most. Like he
Well,
didn't even really connect with his son.
That makes me laugh because in the original story was like his wife and kid got fucked. Like he's already had one wife and kid or whatever, and they got like murdered, right? Like that was the whole
Yeah.
thing. So that's
And he
kind
went
of
on his rampage.
so it's kind of cool that it like they circled back and they're actually like, hey, don't.
But this
let
one,
them get
it
murdered
wasn't
this
that
time.
she was murdered. She just died.
Well, yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like way better.
and
than just like,
that's the thing about Kratos too, is like he's kind of become this like he was a god, you know? Like I don't know if canonically he still is a god, but he doesn't age like the rest of the world does.
yeah.
So he outlived his
Mhm.
wife. Like and he like he looks old, he looks grizzled, but at this point like he's got to be going from like ancient Greece, just like historically, timeline wise,
Mhm.
that's like a comfortable 1,200 years, right?
I heard they had some plans for like an Egyptian type of thing in the future,
I hope not.
Yeah,
and
they're
that would
going
be really
for
cool.
everything. Like not
Yeah,
even Egyptian gods, they're going for I forgot I don't know which gods it was, but I think it's somewhere in Asia. They're doing those ones as well.
cool.
And then yeah, that's pretty much it. They had a little teaser in like the first game.
Mm.
Yeah. Do you know? Did I tell you that besides 2099, because we talked about that last time, Spider-Man, my favorite like Spider-Man universe so far is like the Sony, the PS4 Spider-Man that just came out,
Oh yeah.
or they're coming out
Mm.
with number 2 now for the PS5 that I don't have. Same thing with Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart for PS5 that I don't fucking have. Thanks a lot. But like so far, the Spider-Man story is really, really fucking good.
Yeah, no, the writing in
Oh,
is like
it's so
I
good.
love I love the like every single game coming out with like single player focus.
Hmm.
They're more focused on the story and the writing, and it feels like a movie, and that's what makes it
Yes.
it's
But
more
you
it's
feel,
something you can hang on to now, like as
mhm,
opposed to like well, I'm not saying God of War the original trilogy was a bad thing, but I'm saying like I just remember killing things in that. But
yeah,
like in
that's
God
yeah.
of War and Spider-Man, I remember killing things and also the reason why I was killing these things and like this story and this adventure. It's definitely a lot better than it was before, yeah.
So I have a weird thing about that. Like I used to be very like a mechanics purist where I was like, well, I'm only playing games so I can get more skilled, like Pac-Man's about getting skilled. There's no story in Pac-Man. Eat the dots, like same thing with Crash Bandicoot. You spin the boxes or whatever. But recently I've gotten more into like story-driven games. I really like what Spider-Man did, but I'll never be able to get behind The Last of Us. And I don't know if it's because The Last of Us feels like another zombie game even though it's different or whatever. Like
Mm,
Spider-Man, I'm not gonna give any spoilers, but when I got to the ending of that game and like all the twists got revealed, I felt that. Like I sat there, like I think I cried at the end of Spider-Man because it was so good. The
yeah,
Last of
it
Us,
was really
I
good.
was
Yeah.
like, I don't even want to fucking finish this game. It's boring. It's like a,
Mhm.
it felt like a boring movie to me maybe, but people fucking love The Last of Us, so I can't really like knock it. I just certain story games are really fun, and then the other ones I'm like,
Last of Us 2 was a graphical achievement. That's what I can give it. And like
I just,
if you understand the story and the plot, it kind of well, I don't want to like go into it, but basically like they try to say that oh, this is something that shouldn't be done, but then they're biting themselves in the ass because of what the game's like what the game mechanics is. I don't want to get into it, but
yeah, no,
it'll
it
be
was
like
a
an
big
hour
deal.
discussion.
Like,
But
I'm
yeah,
not a
yeah,
big
it's yeah.
zombie video game guy anyway, because I just find it kind of boring. And I know a certain someone doesn't care for zombies at all, but I feel that too, because it's like, I don't know.
Oh yeah,
Zombie
I
stories
remember.
are boring to me. Walking Dead, I tried to watch a couple episodes of that. That was boring to me. I'm just not interested, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it's funny. So RJ one day, it was like maybe my third stream watching of his,
Uh huh.
and he is the game called Project Zomboid?
Oh, yeah.
Best game on Steam right now.
Yeah, I
I
popped
heard.
in and
Best game.
I was like, whenever I popped in, it kind of looked like Paperboy, where it's like
Oh
you're
yeah,
just
yeah.
running through the suburbs, and I was like, oh, cool, what's this game? And then I saw the title and it said Project Zomboid, and I was like, hopped in the chat and I was like, hey man, is this a zombie game? And he's like, yeah, it's a zombie game. I was like, I'm sorry, I have to go.
So, are you
Yeah,
telling me
that's
RJ and I
exactly.
both have 1 point for like making you fuck off because zombies? Because
Yeah.
I was doing like a Friday Night Frights charity thing, and Sonny, being the awesome guy he is, comes by and goes, "Oh, I'm ready for charity. Let's fucking get it." And I totally forgot that I switched games because they asked me to play fucking Back for Blood with them. And Sonny hopped in, and I was
Ooh.
like, "No, no, 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 no." So Sonny was like, "I'm here for charity. This is cool. I'm out." And I'm like, "Sorry, Sonny." Like,
Hey, I made it up.
he
In the
did.
next
He did.
charity stream I came in, I
Oh no, dude! I'm
dropped
just
some
glad you were
bonus.
there. Yeah, no, I'm just
Wait,
glad
so
you showed
Sonny,
up.
you don't like zombies, or are you scared of them, or is it like both?
It's a genuine fear. Um,
Okay.
it's weird. So I used to be like really into the Walking Dead show, and I still like I like the graphic, I like the comics and everything.
Hmm.
Um,
Right.
the issue that I have with zombies is I don't know. Did I tell the Dawn of the Dead story, Nate?
On the horror episode, I think you did.
Did
But
I where it like the first thing that scared me about zombies was like coming across
yeah, you were picking apart like because I was trying to go into it with you. I'm like, because there's so much zombies in media, right? And I was like, so
yeah.
what is it? You did tell that story, so go watch the horror
Yeah, no,
podcast, guys. What the hell?
yeah, for real.
It's so good.
But like a quick
No freebies
recap
here.
is the thing that scared me was Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead remake in
Mhm.
2004.
Yeah.
A series of events leading up to it. Um, it really fucked me up as a kid, and I just haven't been able to enjoy most zombie content. And I think part of it is because if I were to like psychoanalyze myself, I take a lot of pride in like being at least somewhat intellectual. Like I like having good conversations. I like knowing things.
Zombies
And
don't do that. They don't have
yeah,
conversations.
and I think
That's
the
crazy.
thought
I love
of
that.
being overrun by that level of like mindlessness and just primal emotion, like just pure hunger and
Mhm.
hatred. I think that's what scares me more than anything. Because I don't like
Wow.
gore, but like blood doesn't scare me. But zombies scare me, but I can look at it.
You know
I
what
don't know.
scares me? Okay, so it doesn't scare me in media so much, but we were talking about fears and I forgot to bring up one. Any kind of wraith, anything. Like if anything's a shadow something, I don't like it because I can't fight it. You can't touch it. It's like not fathomable, but also like super scary. I used to have nightmares. Oh, I have two nightmares to tell you. One's really funny, but I'm going to tell you about the shadow one first. About a guy, it was just like a shadow man, and it was a dude in a, you know, the neighborhood watch sign where it's like a dude in a top hat, you know, that they
Yeah.
have some.
Yeah.
It was that, but like just stretched out on a wall, and I would have nightmares about him. He'd follow me throughout the house. He'd never do anything. That
He's
was when
doing his job.
those were some nightmares I had when I was 3. But the other nightmares I had, his job. Get the hell out of here! I just caught that. The other nightmare I had was about Britney Spears. I have nothing against Britney Spears. But homie, I used to have nightmares about Britney Spears putting up her arms like that for like a dance and rainbow goo would come out of her armpits. And that scared the shit out of me. Dude, don't know why
What?
yeah, dude. Oh, when I was 3, I used to have mad nightmares about Britney Spears. She's not scary now. She's just some woman who wants her fucking money that she earned. But like,
No.
when I was a
Nate-
kid, Britney Spears and her armpit goo, homie, like that shit was weird to me. It was like
Shit,
rainbow
man.
armpit goo too. It was like, get that shit away from me.
Nate, I need to know if you're aware of something.
What?
So
Oh no.
I saw a meme recently. It was a friend of mine's girlfriend shared it. And it was like, I'm about to take too many Claritin and say what's up to the Hat Man.
No, fuck all that. See, no, that's the shit I'm talking. Fuck all that.
So
No, I'm good on that.
in the comments of that post on the meme that was posted, it was like someone else knows what the Hat Man is talking about, or someone else knows about the Hat Man.
That's not
And
funny.
that person that initially posted it said, "Suddenly, this is no longer a safe space."
That's not
So,
funny. That is
you
not at all
can-
funny. Fuck all that.
I
Like,
literally just typed in Claritin Hat Man meme. There are so many Hat Man. Like,
Oh, I don't want to look it
I'm
up.
not looking. No, fuck that.
I
That's
don't
not
want to start
okay.
a fear.
I thought that was like a me thing. No, I don't need like corroboration. No, fuck all that. All the way. That got me fucked all the dude, I barely walk in the dark now. I'm not even afraid of the dark, but I'm sure as hell afraid of what's in it. Because if it's all dark, then the Shadow Man's everywhere, right? At least if there's light. He only has like limited space. Stay the fuck away from me, you know?
Damn.
Dude. Like I only ever had one bout of sleep paralysis, and that was kind of recent, like a year ago maybe. And I was like, fuck no.
Oh, sleep paralysis is the
Fuck
worst.
fuck all that. Like, I don't take ibuprofen PM anymore. That's why. I'm like, I'll just take normal ibuprofen and just fucking go to bed normally.
I am fucking enraptured right now.
Stop looking at Hatman, please. I can't.
Now you
Even.
want me? I kind of want to look
Now
it
I
up.
want to
now,
look
too.
at it, but like,
What's
that's
it called?
fu-
Hatman.
that's
Just
fucked
type
up.
in Hat Man, dude.
That's not no.
Scared.
Fuck all, yeah.
Oh,
fuck-
that okay. No, I'm good. No, not
Well,
going
now
there.
I gotta
I
see.
saw. No, stop. No, don't, Nate. Stop. No, stop. Don't do it. I got a little goosebumps, and I don't even know what that is, and I got goosebumps just looking at it. Yeah. Oh, he's looking
You
at it.
got
He's
full
ignoring me.
screen for a minute. Hold
Oh,
on.
shit.
I gotta go back.
He's looking at it.
RJ, you got the full screen for a minute there. Well, you still have
Oh,
it
damn.
now.
I should have done a pose or something. Oh, I'm still on it.
There we go. No, not there we
Nice.
go. There we go. I know how to work Discord. Well, now I gotta fucking know.
No, don't.
I can't just not know. That's my other fear. And that's not even a fear, that's just a compulsion.
Oh,
Oh, I'm not gonna like this, am I?
no, you're not. No. It pulled up with like a bunch of like 6 images. You know, like the Google Images thing. Google did that to me.
Nah, fuck all. No, nah.
Bro, you have sleep paralysis.
It happened to me once. I don't usually get sleep paralysis.
Because I mean,
That's
my
not
girlfriend
funny.
suffers from sleep paralysis too.
I love the Undertaker. I hate that. The Undertaker's a
Undertaker,
hat
no.
man, but he's not that kind of hat man. Oh, that's not funny. That's like not funny at all, guys.
Only Undertaker I remember is the one on a motorcycle.
You done it now.
Yo, I never claimed that it was funny. I just said I'm enraptured by it.
I'm not. I'd never want to look at that again. And I watched the fucking Mandela catalog. By the way, season 3 is out. We gotta watch it together.
Oh,
I've
yeah,
already
it's
seen
true.
it, but it's really good.
We also need to watch Big Trouble in Little China still. You still
We
haven't
do.
seen that.
Yeah.
That
Well,
The movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen it. So now, so I just finished Harry Potter, like the whole series recently. I think we talked about that last podcast.
Yeah.
They had
and-
me.
Yeah.
Well, my father-in-law is like, "You're not fucking marrying my daughter and not watching these movies." So, or my future
Oh, that's such a
father-in-law.
cool father.
Dude, he's the best. He taught me how to drive. He taught me fucking everything. Like, I fucking love that guy. He doesn't listen to these, but if he did,
Awesome.
I publicly love him. Everybody should fucking
Damn.
know. Anyway, now it's Lord of the Rings, and you were telling me how weirdly the books are written.
Oh yeah, the
Excuse
books
me?
are
So I
trash.
Wait a
started.
minute,
So
wait a minute.
So I started the first movie, and the directing feels very similar to how you described the book. I feel like it's just a bunch of. There's no like big who yet. Like, I still have
That's
an
the
hour-
thing, though.
I still have an hour to
Don't-
go. I still have an hour to go. So like,
You
I
ever
just
never watched Lord of the Rings?
no, man.
Oh my god, dude, that's a unicorn. Dude, someone should record your reaction to watching it. It's such a
I've
good
only watched like the first hour of the first one so far, and then I had to go to bed. We're playing
Okay, yeah,
Tripoli. I
yeah.
fucking love Tripoli, by the way. You ever played Tripoli before?
No, never heard of it.
No.
It's a card poker. It's a mix of like poker, rummy, and fucking. Yeah. Anyway.
But the thing I want to say about the Lord of the Rings movies, don't you go bashing my man Peter Jackson, because he literally just put what was written on the screen.
I know. I'm not saying it's bad directed. I'm saying it was directed in a similar way. I'm trying to grasp it. We'll see. I want to see what the big deal. Harry Potter, I understood. Big deal.
Well, Lord of the Rings is fucking way better.
Yeah.
Okay, so
You're going from like simple breakfast to second breakfast, but
Second
10 times
breakfast.
better.
fucking love second.
You had
breakfast.
one, yes, but what about second breakfast?
Oh my god.
Oh, my God. Oh, dude. Okay, so speaking of the Hobbits, dude, I have recently, and this is gonna
Oh,
sound
wait.
unrelated.
I know the second. I was like, I don't know that. I do because I've seen the first hour, and they're following him, and he's fucking threw apples at them. Is that what those were?
Yes.
Yeah, he fucking yeah. He's like, eat boo, bitch. Like,
But speaking of the Hobbits, and this is gonna sound completely unrelated, but I promise it comes full circle. I've recently gotten really obsessed with watching Drew Gooden videos on YouTube.
okay.
I love Drew Gooden. The dude is hilarious. He's the guy that did the Vine, the Road Work Ahead. I sure hope it does.
Yeah, you were telling me
That
about it.
guy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this guy, yeah.
Yeah, and then so he made a video called "The Best TV Series That No One Talks About Anymore," and it's a whole video essay on Lost.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be like superhero Static Shock. Anyway, whatever. Go on.
No, it's about Lost, and my man Dominic Monaghan. He's in Lost. He plays Charlie, who is my favorite character in Lost. Well, okay, second favorite. Hurley's my favorite, but then it's Charlie. But yeah, love love Dominic Monaghan. Have you guys heard his real voice? Because that's what I
Mm-mm.
was imitating there. Because
I don't
you
think
watch
so.
the Lord of the Rings, he's like, "Oh, I don't know. We should get to." It's like kind of up here. In real life, it sounds like he's been doing drugs for 75 years. Like it's
What are they selling? Chocolate.
dude. For real, he's like
What?
Dominic Monaghan, and he's like a
Holy shit.
5'7", 5'8" dude, and he sounds
Wait, who does
like
he play in The Hobbit?
Mary Doc Brandy Buck.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know which dwarf you're talking about. Okay. Oh, I
Oh,
didn't know that was
Hobbit.
him.
Sweet
Hobbit.
chocolate.
Because I think because
I always hated it. Okay.
was
sorry.
he Mary or was he Pippin? No, because Pippin was Billy Boyd. I think. I'm gonna have to look that up. I feel bad not knowing off the top of my head, claiming to be the Lord of
It's
the
okay.
Rings fan that I am, but
I don't know half their names. I don't know half their
I
names
do
either.
like that they kind of sort of started the movie
yeah.
with a wizard fight, which was fucking cool. And I wasn't ready for like wizard wrestling pretty much.
In
Lord
Fellowship
Ring?
of the Ring?
Yeah, they fucking Gandalf and what's his face fucking fight at the beginning.
Saruman?
Yeah. I don't know if they're wizards,
Okay.
whatever you call them, but
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought you
well,
said at
no,
the
they're-
very beginning.
they're like wizards, right?
So
It's-
the world observes them as wizards.
Uh-huh.
Realistically, they're closer to angels in the
Okay.
Lord of the Rings
Okay.
mythos.
Gotcha. Well, they do kind of treat him like that. The way they portrayed. I like Gandalf a lot. He's really cool. The way that they portrayed him is kind of how
Yeah.
I felt when Santa Claus rolled up in Narnia and was like, "Here's your fucking weapons. Have fun." Like that's kind of how I felt when dude was rolling up. Anyway, you look
I
so
think we
excited.
talked about this in episode
So,
2.
What?
So fucking Tolkien and C.S. Lewis were friends, right?
Were they really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they were friends in real life. They were part of like a writing club
I
together.
didn't know that. I don't think
And-
we talked about that
Fucking C.S. Lewis wrote that Santa Claus scene.
because of Gandalf.
No.
No?
He wrote the Santa Claus scene, and Tolkien was like, "That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard." And Tolkien's doing shit like that, like Tom Bombadil giving him weapons. Like,
yeah. Dumbest
Like,
shit I ever heard my ass. Dude, there's nothing more badass than Santa rolling up and going, "Yo, here's your weapons. Prepare to fight." What?
okay. So also speaking of Santa rolling up, like, "Hey, here's your weapons." I have a lot of Dungeons and Dragons experience.
Oh, you were telling me a little bit. You were
Ooh.
texting me about D&D, and I was like,
RJ, do you play D&D?
No, I'm one of those people who really want to get into it, but haven't.
"Wow."
Did we
Yeah.
just find? We'll talk about this later.
we
We'll talk about it after we're recording.
What an award-winning smile. He's like slowly the smile creeps.
I found my way into D&D.
I love D&D so much, and
And it's a lot of fun, and it's not hard, especially 5e. 5e is super.
5e is so easy. It's so easy to
Easy.
grasp. But fucking Dungeons and Dragons. So I had a group in my hometown
Uh-huh.
where I learned to play D&D. I moved away, so obviously I'm not gonna drive 2 hours every week to go and play D&D. Like it just logistically doesn't make sense. So I move up here, and it's like a year after I move up here, I start seeing my current girlfriend, and I'm telling her like, "Yeah, I love D&D. I miss playing." And she goes, "Oh, I have friends that play. Like, let's see like if they'd be interested in playing." And I was like, "Yeah, please." So like that's how. So Raven the kid, our streamer friend, that's how I met him. I met him through my girlfriend, and we had a group of 6, and I was like, "Okay, someone has to DM. I don't necessarily want to DM. I have some experience running." What we call danger room sessions. If you guys know what the danger room is, that's a reference to X-Men. That's where they go to train.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so we call them danger room. Is basically like bring a character sheet. I'm gonna come up with an encounter. You guys battle it, and I narrate it, whatever. So I had some experience there. I started DMing this campaign, and I kind of came up with this idea where it was like a fantasy world if it had progressed to like World War One, like
Huh.
that sort of technology. So there's scarce motorcycles and like a couple of motor carriages, and there's like airships and stuff. Like not really steampunky, but like just the way that it played out. Like imagine World War One with magic.
Sure.
And so
Okay.
we started playing in like September of last year, and we played through, or no, it was like October because we played up until like Christmas. And right around the time Christmas rolled around, I was really excited. I was like, "Hey guys, I used to do this with my friends. We would do like a Christmas one shot that was kind of related to the campaign. I'm really excited for what I have planned for you guys." So they showed up. We had like an 8-hour D&D session because nobody's working. It's like right around Christmas time,
Perfect.
and the encounter that I planned was all the characters met Santa Claus, and
Oh,
Santa
Okay,
was
that's cool.
he was looking for someone, and obviously, like if Santa's looking for someone, Santa sees you when you're sleeping, he sees you when you're awake. If he's looking for someone, shit's gone wrong. Like he can't find somebody.
That's
Um,
pretty cool story. Wow,
so we,
pretty cool setup.
yeah, thank you. Um, but I had this whole encounter set up for him, and one of my player characters, he he played like a half orc character who was an amnesiac,
Oh
so he
no.
couldn't remember his backstory and didn't
Mhm.
know who he was, and his he was basically like Patrick Star if Patrick Star was a killing machine. Yeah.
It's called the ugly barnacle.
So it gets to a point where the way that I logistically did it is, how does Santa Claus get around the world in one night? Like, obviously, he's a great magic user, and his magic is chronomancy. He can control time. So at
Oh
one point,
damn.
while they're
What?
investigating, Santa stops time for them so they can look and not get caught.
What?
And they come across
Yo.
who I had presented as the big bad.
Uh-huh.
And my Patrick Star character goes, "I'm gonna fucking kill him." He goes, "I'm gonna cut his head off."
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, "Okay, well, like roll with advantage because he's standing still, and sneak attack because
Yeah.
he doesn't know you're there." And he fucking O-code this dude.
Yo.
Not great.
Okay, I have a question.
What's up?
So this if you didn't do this, I'm not shaming you. I'm just saying it'd be a missed opportunity. Does Santa keep all of his presents in a bag of holding?
He does, yeah.
Okay, good. I'm proud.
He does, yeah.
Excellent.
I don't know
But
what that is, but it
So the
sounds
bag
cool.
of holding can kind of hold infinite things.
it can
in
hold
it.
anything but
Oh,
a bag
okay,
of
okay.
holding.
Okay, that's cool. I like it.
Otherwise, it becomes like a neutron bomb.
Yeah.
So, player character kills this dude in front of Santa.
Well, you're on the naughty list now, bitch. No, I'm just
Exactly.
kidding.
Like, I'm like, what did you fucking expect? And he's like, "Oh no, Santa's mad at me." I'm like, "Yeah, he's fucking mad at you. He just watched you murder someone."
Oh my god.
And one of my other characters, he's an elf, and it was Raven the kid's character. He's an
Okay.
elf,
Mhm.
and he was like, "You went and pissed off Santa Claus, like the only person that actively wants to help us." He's like, "Why would you do this?" And he's like on his hands and knees, he's like, "Please, Santa, please forgive us. I still love you." And he's like, and
Joke's on you,
Santa's just
Santa.
like,
I'm Jewish. Just fucking. If only. Man, I should have been
"Oh
there.
man." But yeah, it was a ridiculous encounter, and I took so much inspiration from C.S. Lewis, and then my player characters just went and were like, "You know what? Fuck that. This is more Lord of the Rings than it is Chronicles of Narnia," and went full murder hobo. But yeah,
So,
that's
despite all the singing I do and my singing abilities, I've never played a bard, and everybody keeps telling me, "Well, next time you play, you have to play a bard," and I'm like, "What the fuck am I gonna sing for you?" Like, that's not
Dude.
like.
Raven the kid's character was a bard, and he modeled his character as basically like Prince with a Scottish accent.
That's fucking great. Are you serious?
It was incredible. Every time he would perform, I would make him DJ a song, and then it would change the vibe of the room. It was really fun. But yeah, RJ, if you want to get into D&D,
Oh,
there
yeah,
is
yeah.
so many cool things
There's so
out
many
there to
options, man.
consume.
Yeah.
Like one of my favorites right now is especially if you like video games.
I don't.
It's not
Why
a,
would you
do.
even think that? Fuck video games.
it's not a video game, but It's a D&D show. I think it's produced by Wizards of the Coast who make the modules for D&D. They own the copyright to it. They also make Magic the Gathering, but
Mhm.
the campaign is called the Black Dice Society, and it's a horror campaign. But one of
Oh.
the characters in it is Mark Meir, who voiced Commander Shepard in Mass Effect.
Okay. Nice.
Ooh, okay.
He's like,
I love Mass Effect.
And I'll be honest with you, he's my favorite D&D character I've ever seen, ever. Like, either watched or read about. His character is my favorite creation of all time because he's basically Ichabod Crane. He's a cleric of the grave who is afraid of the grave.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah.
It's so good, and I love the way he acts that character so much. So if you check anything out, check out Black Dice Society, especially if you like good storytelling. Because B. Dave Walters, that dude, his whole campaign purpose is like, I want to put these people in positions where they have to make a choice, and the choice is going to
Yeah.
have consequences no matter what.
Yeah.
but guys, if you
No,
check
I already
if you
looked
check
down.
anything out, you should check out twitch.tv/RJInacave.
This is true.
'Cause the dude's
Also,
pretty cool.
Thank you.
so
Thank you for
your
the
your
assist.
Discord's called the Cave System. How did
Right.
this come about?
Oh,
SCP.
okay.
No.
What's
Thought
the
of it.
meta?
What's
So
the meta?
okay, obviously for obvious reasons, I won't say my like personal information. I like how you guys are going in the same position. By the way, it's hilarious.
Oh, I didn't even realize we were doing that.
Oh, now it's just the mirror.
I have
Um,
glasses somewhere.
God damn it. I literally wasn't looking at Sunny, I was looking at you.
Oh, damn!
Ooh,
All right.
Yeah.
Wait, is that Randy Savage? Is that his
these are Macho
glasses?
Man glasses, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you already know.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh. All right. But anyways, yeah. So basically, when I was in elementary school, and like it was very, it was very not mixed. It was like more so like Italians and like a couple Asians here and there. And like I have a very interesting last name. So basically when the teacher pronounced my last name, it's pronounced, actually I can't say it out loud, but she said it in a way, it was like she said Roland Inacave. And I was like, that's not my name. And
hey, Ron.
now like it's like that. So I was like, that's not my name. But then like people started calling, because like in sports, people say your last name. People just started calling me like in a cave every once in a while. And like I guess it stuck with me. And then RJ is like kind of like my nickname with like close friends and stuff. And like it sounds more friendlier and it's easier to remember. So then I switched. So I basically got the name RJInacave from that.
Are you saying
Just
we're
based
friends
off of
now?
pronunciation.
Because I call you RJ.
Yes.
Oh, word.
Everyone's
We're
my
friends
friend.
now.
We're closer. We're closer than other friends.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
but-
So we're done recording. All right, finally I could.
Look, if you're gonna take that off, you better be putting on a piece of Milktown merch. But yeah, no, it's funny that you say that it's just like a mispronunciation of your name. I was born with a nickname for a name, and instead of getting mispronunciations, my whole life it was just terrible puns on my name. And I don't have a problem sharing this because it's part of my Twitch handle. So my Twitch handle is Sunny Says Stuff. My first name is Sunny. My middle name is Boy.
I thought it was gonna say says. I was like,
No, it's literally Sunny
know.
Boy. Like
only I know.
legal
who I am.
name,
Oh.
legal name, dumb shit, like whatever. I had a teacher, as a substitute teacher, when I was in like 3rd grade, and I was getting relentlessly mocked for my name that day. They were like, it was raining outside, and they're like, "Why don't you bring the sun? How's the weather?" You're like a bunch of dumb shit. And this
At least
teacher
my
is
mom
like,
wanted a son, bitch. Sorry. Go ahead.
I was also an accident, so thanks for
Well, I
bringing
wasn't
that up.
trying to do all that. I was an accident too, though. Anyway.
this teacher steps in and she's like, "Hey guys, cut it out. Leave him alone." And I'm like, "Thank you. Finally, someone steps in." And then she turns to me and goes, "Where's Cher?"
You asshole.
Like,
you fucking hick.
stops the bullying to interject her own little bullying.
Fucking asshole.
Joke's on her. I fucking love Cher. So I literally, at the top of my lungs, looking her dead in the eyes, started screaming, "Do you believe in life after love?" I was 7 years old.
Did I tell you the recess story about? I was 7 also, I think, or 8. Did I tell you the
I don't
recess
think
story?
so.
No.
I don't think so.
So I have this weird thing, and it's been happening all my life, where someone will meet me for the first time, and they'll be like, "You look like this person I know," or "You look like my cousin," or "You look like my friend's ex." Like, just red. I always look like somebody. Anyway, I'm out playing recess. We're playing Power Rangers. I finally get to be the red,
Nice.
because homie, who's normally the red, is absent today. So I get to be the
Nice.
red. Before I even get to start, a teacher grabs me by the arm. Okay, first of all, really hard. You should never be grabbing your students that fucking hard. Also, she wasn't my teacher. She pulled me against the wall and was like, "What did I tell you?" And, at school, they taught us not to talk back to teachers, so I guess I did something wrong, right? The bell rings for recess to end. She realizes I'm not the student who was supposed to be sitting against the wall. I'm not a student in her class. I'm not even a student she was looking for. She cost me a whole fucking recess. Could never be the Red Ranger after that, because that kid never fucking missed school. I don't forgive her. I don't know who that bitch is. Hopefully in the grave. But I missed the whole fucking recess because I listened to a teacher.
Felt that, dude.
That fucking hurt.
Dude, I'm sorry about your lack of a authentic Red Ranger experience. Everyone should get to be their own proverbial Red Ranger at some point.
It fucking hurt my feelings. It hurt my feelings more than most girls did in high school. Like, that's how much that event fucked me up.
Okay. So semi-related, but also like I kind of want to get off the topic of like childhood trauma. Did you guys have like a piece of No, like just okay. It like we were talking about bullying and like missing recess, whatever. Did you guys have like a piece of playground equipment that was like really dangerous for no reason?
Yeah.
You guys had playground equipment?
Oh.
Is this like a cultural thing? Did you guys not have like
What the
an
fuck?
outdoor
No,
playground?
We had
swings and
pavement, a grass hill, and soccer poles.
You had grass.
That's
I didn't have grass in Southern California school system. No grass. But
yeah.
I'm not in California now, but that's where I grew up. No,
It's actually funny because there was a park, like literally, like there's the pavement, there's the hill, and then there's a park, but they would never allow us to go to the park. That is like forbidden.
Fucked up.
Like if you go there, you're suspended. It was crazy.
Simba.
Like it was a tease. It was a tease. No, I didn't have an equipment. Yeah,
What's that shadowy place
interesting.
over there? That's the Super Bowl, Simba. No lion has ever been there before.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Damn. Okay.
No hate to my Detroit people. I don't fucking care about football, but like that's such a funny meme to me.
So, dude, yeah, it's wild that so
But I do have a dangerous equipment, if that's what you.
yeah, that completely kind of baffles my question here. Like I had like a playground, like a public park. Most elementary schools in the US have one attached to the grounds that's like fenced in. And kids go out there for recess and play.
Yeah.
So the elementary school that I went to, they updated it before I got there. So the town I grew up in, it initially had one school for kindergarten and first graders. I'm not sure how does Canada just go like first through like fucking 11th or whatever.
Yeah, 12. Yeah, first to 12. Yeah.
Okay.
No kindergarten.
So
yeah, kindergarten. Yeah, we have kindergarten too.
Oh, okay. So
okay.
12.
I think kindergarten might be different there. Is your kindergarten like actually a part of like the official school tenure, or is it more like preschool where it's
Actually,
like
yeah, it's a part of the school. Actually, now that you mention that, the kindergartens had like a playground with like equipment and stuff. And then as you got older, they stripped that away from you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. Yeah.
So my town was set up where like kindergartners and first graders went to one school. They had their own playground. That playground was like relatively safe. It was mainly just like a wide open field with grass that was fenced in, and we just go out there and do what we called cherry bombs, where we just kick a dodgeball as high as we could and try to catch it.
Yeah.
Um, but then this next school, so I used to live next to it, and this was like second through fifth,
Mhm.
and they had a piece of playground equipment that was made entirely of wood, which typically, whatever, man. I was a carpenter. I've worked with wood. Like you might get some splinters, whatever. The issue that I had with this is that it's in Missouri.
Mhm.
And as we discussed, Missouri can be hot. I referenced this last episode. It was 109 degrees in my disc golf tournament. Um,
Oh God.
in August of Missouri weather, I'd say it ranges between 88 and 94
Mhm.
usually,
Okay.
and it's humid.
Ugh.
This piece of playground equipment, not only was it made of wood, which it sweats. If it's treated, it sweats when it gets hot.
Mhm.
It was surrounded by rocks, and
Oh,
it's not just like, oh, it's a platform that you walk on. Like this thing had slides, multiple tiers, no enclosures. Like you could jump off of this fucking thing. Those rocks that they had in that playground were like ridiculously sharp. Like the rocks that you would put in asphalt, but they were brown. They had like pointed edges.
Dude.
If you were wearing shorts and you fell, like no way you didn't have bloody knees.
ooh.
I
And
have
not to
some.
mention, like, it wasn't like a layer of rocks, like where it was like, oh yeah, there's dirt, and then it's just like one rock differential between the dirt. It was like 9 inches of fucking rock. So
That's
if you
fucking
were a
crazy.
fat kid like me, where you weighed 120 pounds at fucking age 7,
I'm
you
a fat
sank into
adult.
the rocks, and if you had
Oh,
if you had shoes like Converse, like I did,
Keep calling me out.
they don't just come up out of the rocks. They carry rocks with you,
Like a shovel.
weighing your feet down. So the likelihood of tripping is increased exponentially.
So like
I
Smash
can't,
Brothers brawl levels of like tripping for no
dude,
reason.
I
Like,
cannot tell you how many times I fucked my shit up playing on that shit. But then
God
they
damn.
replaced it with some safe stuff with some like rubber track around
Yeah, I
it.
remember when that came rolled out. I have some dangerous equipment.
What do you got?
They couldn't be asked to like. So we had like those cheap ass jump ropes with the plastic handles and like the, the rope
With
material.
the plastic segments?
Yep. No,
Yeah.
not segments. Just the handles were plastic.
Was it
And-
the nylon cord?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So those bitches would just like a handle would rip off, and instead of like getting rid of it, they bring it out for the kids to just fucking whip each other with. Like,
Oh
that
yeah,
was
it became a
normal.
whip immediately.
Yeah, and I'm like, what the? Why am I getting beat right now? This is a recess. We had the same play structure, that most people have, but we would play Royal Rumble with ours. So it's like
Nice.
So it's like 10
Oh.
kids on like one square of like this, fucking playground. We're throwing each other over the
That sounds
railing.
awesome.
I've hit my fucking lip on that thing. Didn't go to the nurse, but like I really like to sell it, so I'd like hang off the edge and be like, no, and then like take a bump on the fucking rubber, which is not soft, by the way. It's not as soft as people think it is. Like
No,
it
oh,
has
yeah.
like a crackly texture. So I took a bump and I like scraped my ass, and I remember like it was just a nightmare. I was just like,
Oh, I'm sure this is a universal experience. It's kind of like when you go to the beach and you see the hole, you walk up, you're like, is this the hole? When you guys used to get on swings, was it immediately like get to the apex or the zenith or whatever you want to call it of the swing
and do your angry bird
parabola
jump.
and then jump?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
I did a. Have you guys played Mario Galaxy or seen me play?
I have seen clips of
Okay.
Mario Galaxy.
If
being played.
Mario falls from a high place in Mario Galaxy, he'll land on both of his legs and like you'll get a rumble in the Wii remote. I
Mhm.
did that to myself and knocked the fucking air out of myself jumping off a swing. It was like,
Oh.
like it hurt so bad.
Oh,
Also,
dude,
I was the tetherball champ of my year. I'm just saying. Shout out to my sister who only listens to this sometimes. She made like a Facebook post about how like she'd be way better. No, I'm unbeatable. And now that I play golf, I have endurance. You're not fucking beating me at tetherball. Go the fuck home. I'm getting my
Need
swing
a
speed up.
rematch.
You got me fucked up. Nah. Nah.
So the reason I bring up swings on the ass end of the dangerous playground equipment conversation, this same playground, you walk out of the school into the play area. There was what they considered like the little kids play area off
Yep.
to the left, and it's like smaller scale, it's more plastic, a lot of slides, some potential like monkey bars, whatever. The right was the danger. On the other side of the little kid stuff, there used to be like a stegosaurus um metal figure that was kind of like monkey bars but for your feet, and you
Huh.
just like it was like a balance board. You would walk on it across its
Oh,
spine,
Gotcha.
and you would hold
Gotcha.
on to
Yeah.
the actual spines that stick up, and you would hold on to that and walk across it. Next to that was a swing set, and after that there was a field down below where we would have PE sometimes, and we'd go out there and play like football, soccer, like a big field. But to get to the field, it was down a very massive hill. I'm talking like easily 48-degree angle,
Mhm.
and it's a solid 80 feet tall. The swings were right next to that. And we used to jump off of the swings at the
And
high point
fucking yeah.
onto the hill and then roll down the
yeah.
hill as fast as we could.
It's the only logical explanation for
Mhm.
having something like that. Man, anytime I
I'm-
think of a field, I think of taking like wrestling bumps. I do a lot of wrestling. I don't think they let kids do that in school anymore. But like,
No.
dude, if there was a
Probably
hill,
not.
I'd let somebody like clothesline me and roll down that shit. Like, really just sell the bit. Like,
Dramatic roll.
yeah.
I don't
like,
want to sound like a boomer right now, but like they don't let like if two kids hug in school, they get in trouble now.
That's facts.
Like
Yeah,
there's
I
no
heard about
no
that.
touching allowed.
It's so
Damn.
weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
Well, I mean, it's weird and it isn't. So that's why I said I didn't want to sound like a boomer. I get why it exists, but it's like it for me, it wasn't that way. And well, okay, it was and wasn't at the same time. I kind of got into elementary school and out of elementary school as they were implementing like the no touching policies. Like you can high five your friend if they want it, but that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I think I told the story about me doing the play where I had to be the Rosa Parks bad guy,
Yeah, you told me that.
and my teacher was like, "You can hug, you can hug Rosa if you
Yeah.
want to. I understand it
Man,
hurts your feelings."
I don't mean to bring up another getting in trouble at elementary school story, but fucking like speaking of play structures, you know how sometimes there's like an under area where like it's shaded kind of just because the structure's
Yes.
here. So
Yeah.
it was fucking like pushing not really 100, but to us as little kids, we fucking felt like it was 100 degrees outside. So I go lay under one of the structures because that's not against the rules. Like we don't have to be moving all the time if we don't want to, you know. These girls come and sit on top of it, and it's kind of sort of see through. Not it's like wooden planks. This teacher comes over to fucking 9-year-old me. I think I was 8 or 9, and goes, "What are you doing? Are you peeping?" I'm 8. I don't know what peeping is, lady. What I know is I was hot and I shaded. She goes, "Okay, I'm just checking," and like goes back, and I'm like, "What 8-year-old's getting all fucking? I'm not here to look at ass, dude. I'm fucking 8." Like, oh, ruining my
Yeah.
life.
Yeah. See, okay, so we have very different experiences from under the playground structure.
What
I
the
used
hell
to
are you
have
doing on the playground?
no. It's nothing bad. It's just like we were weird, man. Like we bringing it back to Yu-Gi-Oh. We'd bring our cards to school. They weren't allowed in the classroom, so we'd keep them in our deck box, and then we'd take them out to recess, and we'd go under the playground
You
structure to
had
play.
deck boxes, dude. I had fucking rubber bands.
I kept mine in a Ziploc bag until one of my friends upgraded, and I got his old deck box.
Nice. I barely
Um,
even had cards. Anyway, go on.
Oh man. Yeah.
I told you, man, I was a barterer. It
Yeah.
didn't stop me. But yeah, so we would play Yu-Gi-Oh under the playground structure, but also RJ, do you mind if I ask you how old are you?
28.
28?
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
We're very similar in age. I'm 26. So do you remember when I know
What?
I look old as fuck. I get it.
I thought you were at least my age or something. No way.
I thought
I mean,
you were
we're
my
pretty
age,
close.
RJ, but I'm only
How old are
23.
you?
So 23. Yeah, yeah. How old do you think I was? Can you
My
see?
age as well.
Can you
I thought
see
you were
the?
like 20 years.
Can you see the stress lines on my face from years of sitting out at recess, not getting to be the Red Ranger?
It's all right, man. Those are rough. It's rough, man. I know.
The reason I ask is because since we're similar enough in age, do you remember the show on MTV called Yo Mama?
I remember that show.
Yes,
Thanks
I
a lot.
love that show.
Yeah.
Love
So
that show.
Yo Mama, hosted by Wilder Valderrama.
Yes.
We used to have Yo Mama battles under the playground structures in school.
Man, did I tell you my favorite? Did I tell you my favorite Yo Mama burn that I always use? It's my
Please
favorite.
do.
It's my favorite one that I pull out even now. It's Yo Mama's teeth so yellow that when she smiles, cars slow down. Like to me, that was like the ultimate like, oh, like
That's really good. That's really good.
I don't know where
That's
I got
funny.
it, but that's fucking that and like
Actually, yeah.
Yo Mama's so dumb that she taped a piece of paper to the TV and call it pay-per-view.
Okay. So actually going back to the school equipment thing, like I know we're like going back a little bit, but I actually remember something that actually like that was actually very like interesting. So before, like, you know how like the school bell rings and everyone has to line up, and like
Yes.
everyone loved, like in my school, everyone loved to race to the lines. And then this one day, okay, so we have like these trees, like we had these trees because like back then, like we were doing like this whole initiative, like, oh, we're trying to be greener, so all the kids planted trees, and like they're growing a little bit tall, but they're getting skinny, so they had like these two pieces like planks, and then like two
Yeah.
like barbed wires, and then there's a tree holding it.
Yeah, they do a lot of that.
So
in
one day,
California.
yeah. So one day, the bell rang, and you know all the kids running over, yay, blah blah blah. One kid, was trying to like duck like where the barbed wire is, or not barbed wire. I don't know why I said barbed wire, but like the metal like thing,
It's
and
yeah.
like the metal thing was sharp enough to the point where it sliced his head open from here to like almost to the back there. And I remember I wasn't there, but someone explained it to me. I wasn't there, but I remember hearing the bell ring, and then 30 seconds later a bunch of kids screaming, oh my god, blood, oh my god. And I was like, what is happening? Everyone just circled around, and you just see this teacher like covering this kid with a blanket over his head, just like heading over inside, and like there's just blood on like the concrete and everything.
Dude,
And then,
I
like,
feel so bad for that school nurse.
we
Man.
don't have a school nurse.
You,
What?
what?
Yeah, we don't. No, Canada does not have a school nurse.
What? Are you serious?
Dude,
No.
they
No,
have
they just
they have free
the
healthcare.
ambulance just came. Yeah, the ambulance just came. Yeah.
They have free healthcare. They don't have to have the pre-screen at school.
That's
Also,
fucking brilliant.
yeah. But yeah, after that, they took down all the trees. Like there was like at least 12 of them planted. They took them all down.
How Canadian of you to cut down the trees.
They probably went over to his family, were like, sorry about that, and then just, you know.
The
No,
way
it
you
was
said it.
very.
Oh,
Yeah,
so sorry.
Yeah, the way
Sorry,
you said
Sorry
There's an
about it.
infinite amount of supply of maple syrup and a pet beaver.
And here's your here's our apology bowl of poutine.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love that. I love a poutine
Yeah,
right
I
now.
fucking would like to try. The closest thing we have down here is Mr. Fry's, man, and that's a restaurant that kind of does similar things, but there's no gravy, and it pisses me off. So it's not really poutine anyway. But like, I get mine with mango habanero anyway. That's like a side story.
Ooh.
I do love mango habanero sauce.
It's
in
really
general,
good.
But
Anyway,
the thing I can't wrap my head around about poutine, I'm a new converter to eating cheese. I've never really been a fan.
Oh, okay.
I like most white cheeses, right? So it's like just the ones that don't smell bad. I can standle. I can standle.
You can
I can-
sandal?
I can standle. God damn it! I can stand. But I'm not sure what type of cheese is in poutine. It's not mozzarella, is it?
No, it's those little ball things, but it's not mozzarella. It's
cheese curd. That's the name of it.
Yeah, because
Yeah, but like
I
what
made
I
it
type
don't
in,
know
of
what kind of
curd?
cheese it is.
I made it
Uh,
in that they just call it curd because I made it in Cooking Mama, Cookstar, so I would know.
Well, so I mean
I think it is
that
mozzarella.
Is it? It could be.
is it.
I think so.
Okay, if it's mozzarella, I could probably eat it. But from
Yeah.
what I understand, they say the sign of a good poutine is if you put the cheese curd in your teeth and you wiggle it, it's supposed to squeak. And that doesn't seem like
Doesn't
a
feel
good
okay.
consistency for
No, it
cheese.
doesn't. No.
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 Wait, no. I feel like the best poutine is like if you just pick your fork at it and you just see a strand of cheese. Like that's just
See, that sounds
Okay,
fire.
that sounds
Yeah.
like okay.
like if you squeak it in your teeth, then it's like it's not melted. Like it's just
Did you get
know?
like
That
did
actually-
you get misinformed? Because we're talking
Maybe.
to a real life Canadian right now.
yeah. No,
Maybe-
no. Like that's
The way
Like,
you
that's the
describe
thing
it
I
sounds
learned,
like
yeah.
something I would love.
Well, Sonny,
yeah, no.
Sonny, I'm
Yeah.
I'm so sorry about that.
Yeah, sorry, Sonny. That's some misinformation there, buddy. Can he still hear us? Can he still hear us?
No, say something. Say something.
Oh,
Show me your
boy.
cock.
Yeah, we'll send you a complimentary beaver along with that.
Dude, okay, so funny enough, I might get canceled for this, but whatever.
I thought you were gonna say something else. We'll talk about later.
No, I grew up in rural Missouri. Like I hate to admit it, but I technically am a country boy. I grew up in a town where the population was 700, and
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I grew up hunting. Like I killed animals for sport, but realistically, I was never a sportsman about it. Like I didn't keep anything as a trophy. I did it strictly to make food out of. It would like I don't want to appropriate a culture here, but I have a deep respect for the Native American understanding of hunting. And
Right.
that's what I like to try to do when I hunt. I don't like to waste.
Yeah.
So,
Canceled. No, I'm just kidding.
the reason I say that I bring that up is like, so my family hunts as well. We've also been known to trap. My brother, my older brother, he's a very skilled trapper, and he trapped one of the largest beavers I've ever seen in my life. It was like 35 fucking pounds. Like this
Holy
thing is
shit.
the size of a toddler.
Ooh. Size of a toddler.
Yeah, like a human toddler, but it's a beaver.
Jesus.
It was, dude, massive. And also, I don't know if you've ever seen a beaver up close and in person. They're like
have.
weirdly fucking terrifying, but like also not at the same time. You're like, I could probably kick that thing. But it's also like it's got weird hands. Like they look like they're made of fucking plastic molds and they're dark black and really unsettling because there's no color change on their fucking appendages down there. And then their teeth and their beady eyes, like, and their big ass tail, which is like weirdly powerful. Like if it fucking slaps something, you hear it. That shit is loud. It's like a sonic boom.
You said terrifying, and I just thought of the Shadow Man again, and I'm ready to like curl up and.
Oh,
You shouldn't have looked it up, man.
I hate that.
You shouldn't have.
Anyway,
hey, he did warn you. RJ was actively
did.
fighting
RJ
you on
was-
looking at
Yeah,
it.
and I was like,
Yeah.
well, you guys already had reactions. I needed.
I saw fear in your eye, and you wanted to face it, and I was like, "That's not a good idea."
No.
Damn, that almost sounded like the opening to like a really dope power ballad. You had fear in your eye, and I saw you were ready to face it.
You
When
caught
Sonny
me.
goes
That's
hunting,
actually an
he
80s
doesn't want to waste it.
Speaking of the 80s, we can't talk about it live
Bruno?
because maybe not everyone has seen it yet. But RJ and I were talking about the ending of Stranger Things season 4 earlier.
Oh, I don't watch Stranger Things because I'm a pleb. So
You know, I'm a little sad about that.
Yeah, I was telling RJ like I don't know if we can talk about it because I don't know if you had
Yeah.
plans on watching it.
I probably should. Like, it's the right thing to do. Like with Harry Potter. Like,
Well, it's whatever you want it to be, man. It is a cultural thing. Like I watched Squid Game because of the reaction it got. I started watching Stranger Things. I
dude,
assume like everyone else, where it popped up on Netflix, and you're like, huh, this looks like The Goonies, and then you start watching it.
The thing with Squid Game, I think we brought this up before, but I had already been watching so many shows that were similar that other countries were producing. Like, it's not, I guess, like, mainstream, it's the first of its kind, but it's not really, like, the first of its kind because there's so many other films and TV shows that have done similar stuff. But Squid Game's story was really good.
Yeah,
I will say
well,
that.
also the thing about Squid Game, RJ, have you seen Squid Game?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. The thing that I like about it is the quality of the cinematography. It looks like a movie and it's a television show.
Yep.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's incredible. It's so well put together, and like it's a minimalist design, but it's also designed really well. Like there's a lot of things to like about it. Like it's kind of like Black Panther. Like you watch Black Panther and
Yeah.
you're like, okay, the speculation about what this civilization in Africa would look like if it existed and also existed with technology beyond the point of what we can currently comprehend.
Black
Like,
Panther
I
makes me
thought-
sad because
Chadwick.
they asked him about a sequel and the man was straight up like,
I'm dead.
I'm not gonna be alive, and he meant it, and
Oh yeah,
fucking
he meant it as
shattered
a.
me. Like,
See, that's the thing.
he
Though.
wasn't
Was
joking
it like?
around. He wasn't joking.
Oh.
He knew he was gonna go, and he was like, "I will not be around for a Black Panther 2."
That
I thought he said that because of it came out that that question was during like Infinity War, between Infinity War and Endgame. So for me, I thought he was saying like he's saying
Yeah.
it because he was dusted. But then like
No,
when
I
that
think
thing
he was
happened to
saying it-
him, I was like,
He was saying it
I
because
thought of that interview and I was like, oh my god,
No.
he actually
he
knew
legit said, I'm dead.
he knew he had the condition, and he knew. I don't know. I'm saying the condition, so I don't have to censor stuff for Sonny. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, it was yeah, I don't know if we can say that. That might get
Yeah.
might
Anyway,
get- yeah, whatever. He had a chronic illness
Rest-
based on mutation.
what I mean to say is rest in peace, King. That's what I mean to say.
Yeah, legit king.
Oh, for sure.
King T'Challa, King Chadwick.
That's right. Well,
Um
I don't mean to make like a Midwesterner here, but I'm gonna do the thigh slap.
are you saying it's time to go?
I'm saying it's time to go.
Damn.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
Well, RJ, we'll have to have you back on at some point.
Yeah, no, for
because
sure.
I've
I
enjoyed-
enjoyed this.
Can we get
I've
an
enjoyed
RJ part
being able
2?
to talk with you.
Can I just hang out
RJ
with
part
RJ?
2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
sure.
Usher.
but
no, we haven't had the opportunity to do this in a while, and we actually I don't think we did it for our last guest. But what we like to do for guests on the Milktown podcast is we like to present them with an opportunity to one, move to Milktown, and B, accept a position of authority. So, for example, our first guest, Crimson Lance, he came in. He is now the Postmaster General of Milktown. We had our friend Raven the Kid come on, and I forget what his exact title is. I think it's the Muscle Man.
Yeah, something like that. No, I thought Raven was when it didn't get one.
No, Bomb Solomon was the
Oh.
one that didn't get one.
God damn it!
But
I'm
we'll
gonna
have
give him
to-
I'm gonna give him an honorary one later, or we'll have to have him back because
We'll have him back on. It was fun to have Bomb Solomon on. I
fuck.
enjoyed talking with him. But yeah, so we at least like to present the opportunity, and I don't remember what Mr. Couple of Co-ops' title is, but I will at some point.
yeah.
But if you could hold any position of authority, what would it be?
Oh god, this is really on the spot.
It doesn't have to be a real thing either.
Dude, I think he's the dairy daddy of Milktown.
The
The
Dairy
Dairy
Daddy.
Can I be the maple syrup daddy?
If you want, I mean, does Milktown? We
The,
can,
the maple syrup magnate of Milktown.
I guess that wouldn't work
Yo.
with milk though, right? No.
hey man,
Hey man, you,
hey, I
people
eat
do weird
syrup
stuff.
and pancakes and down that shit with milk. That's close enough for me. Look,
dude, yeah, people eat
I put milk
fucking
in my
bacon with
pancakes,
maple
yeah.
syrup.
dude.
So yeah, you could be the maple syrup magnate of Milktown. That actually sounds really tight.
Yeah, holy
Oh,
shit!
I love
it, I love it. No, I love it. That's great, actually.
But yeah, we'll,
yeah, I'm so down for that.
we'll plug your Twitch in the description and stuff. And
It's also
RJ
on the
streams
screen.
some.
Right
Yeah,
next to
that's
us.
true. It is. on the
Where is it?
screen.
Where is it? Is it here? Is
Other
it here?
way. Point the other way, and you're good. Like other direct. Yeah, there it is. Yep. That direction. That's the one. Yeah, the opposite. Yeah, towards you. Yeah, great.
And I'm just gonna cover all my bases. It's somewhere in here. Woo, woo, woo. But yeah, RJ's.
yeah.
It's fun to hang out in his stream. He's a talkative person. He loves talking basketball. That's how we
Mhm.
bonded.
I thought you were gonna say he. I
Mhm.
thought you were gonna say he
Yes.
loves talking back. I'm like, ooh, a little
Ooh.
talk back on my man's.
But no,
Talk
so
dirty.
that's.
Talk dirty back.
I'm
Oh,
bringing
no.
dairy back.
Oh, speaking of bringing dairy back,
Oh yeah.
I
Wow,
never
man.
gave this week's milk fact.
That's fucking crazy. You never do it at the end. Let's go.
It's true.
Oh man.
So, boom, 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 boom. This week's milk fact is brought to you by Milktown Podcast. The most cups of milk served in 1 hour is 5,926 cups and was achieved by, oh, this is Spanish, Comercializadora La Costa Rica in San Jose, Costa Rica on the 27th of January, 2019.
That was great.
That was recent.
Yeah. That's also like,
That's
if you
the year of
stacked
my
all
car.
those if you lined all those cups up, that's more than a mile.
That's
A mile worth of
What?
cups.
That's a lot of fucking milk, dude.
Well, I guess if the cup were a foot wide, but it's 5,280 feet to a mile, and then 5,926 cups. If the cup were a foot long, let's just say that,
Yeah,
it would be more
let's-
than a mile,
Hey, I'll take
which
it.
is crazy to me. That's a lot of milk.
That is a lot. That's a lot going on, and that's for me who drinks literally half gallons on his stream all the time. But
No, how many gallons of milk is that? I have to do some quick math because I promise you it'll be quick. So let's just say it's an 8-ounce cup, right?
sure.
So 47,408.
I'm just baffled it's a mile. Gosh. That's a lot of milk.
That's a lot of cow titty right there, man. That's an utter disaster. Didn't.
All right, and we're gonna
128.
That was great. That was actually great. I'm gonna use that.
Oh my god! I swear, if this is right, someone will have to fact check me because I'm trying to do it live and quick. But the math that I did, it seems like that's 370 gallons of milk.
That sounds right. That's
a lot of
accurate.
milk.
Holy sh!
Dude, assuming that each one is a cubic foot. 370 cubic feet? That's like 3 walk-ins worth of milk because you have to keep it refrigerated. It's a lot of milk.
Oh my god, that's a lot of milk wasted. Unless they found enough people to drink all that.
Well, it said served, so
Served,
I'm
so like in
assuming
a
it's
day
to
or-
served.
customers.
Yeah.
And from what
Man.
I understand, it says an hour. That's an hour's worth of milk. That's 370 gallons of milk is an hour. I'm gonna have to look that up and see if there's like video footage of how they did it, because I'm assuming they gathered people to the event. Like, please just line up and accept milk.
I don't believe that's how they did it. I'm not. I wouldn't be convinced. That's
Have
not
you
how-
accepted milk into your life?
me? That's
Have
where
you
you got the
accepted-
name for the podcast. Yes, I've accepted
you-
milk into my life.
Listen, son, you come to my congregation, you accept milk in your
Son,
life, okay?
oh my god.
I'm just whatever. I'm doing a bit.
I'm
Anyway,
hurt. You're
this
hurting-
has
No, I'm
been
messing
an
with you.
episode of Milktown. I'm Sonny Says Stuff. That's Nostalgia Nate.
yeah.
I think I'm pointing the right way. Am I pointing the right
No,
way?
you're pointing at RJ actually.
Oh,
Tilt
so
it the other way.
that's Nostalgia Nate.
It is.
That's RJ in a cave.
That is.
Yes, sir.
Those were my Crocs, and we would like you all to have just the best fucking week.
Mm. Spicy.
Have a great week, y'all.
Fuck!
Ah, there it is.